I just finished Swarm. I don't think Dre/Tony actually ever had that girlfriend in episode 6. I think that was a direct parallel of what happened with Marissa. Obviously, Dre was attracted to Marissa, was watching them have sex and stuff. And the girlfriend in episode 6 and Marissa had to borrow money from their wealthy parents to make rent because Dre/Tony wasn't able to pay rent and then spent all this money that they didn't have on these expensive Nyjah tickets. And then Marissa and the girlfriend were upset. And then Dre/Tony killed Marissa/ the girlfriend. And then obviously the girlfriend's parents were super kind and welcoming to Dre. And that was always what Dre wanted with her own foster parents, with Marissa's parents. Marissa and her girlfriend are both wearing that same color of neon green when they die. So I think that's a direct parallel of what happened with Marissa. Episode 7 was all in their head. That long scar on Marissa's arm when she wraps her arms around Dre and Dre kisses it, and then Marissa says, you know, you don't have to do that every time you see it. I think Dre hurt Marissa as a child and now feels all this guilt. I'm really into surrealism and irony and meta things. I'm so sorry. I'm into shooting on film versus digital. It was so visually stunning, just gorgeous. Amazing acting. What was it about this show that left some to be desired? It's very one line. The character is supposed to be, clearly mentally ill and dealing with a lot of grief and trauma. The only motive that Dre has for the entire series is just Nyjah. It starts off with avenging her sister's death, which is a very strong motive. I liked that. But then it's just like, okay, episode after episode of who's your favorite artist? Can we see a little bit more? It's very flat. I think that's why they tried to make up for it with some like kind of absurd plot lines like the strippers and the cults and then the mockumentary. We're filling in the spaces, I feel like, kind of scrambling for substance. Man, it could have been so amazing. That's an homage to The Shining. And there is a lot of symbolism in the show. You just have to know stuff about Beyonce, for example, in order to understand the symbolism, because it's very subtle.
What happened? You fell. Remember? I fell.
I don't really understand why Marissa's the one hitting Dre with that pan, but anyways, Dre wakes up and has that huge mark on her forehead. I feel like maybe Billie Eilish was hypnotizing Dre and trying to make her have these bad memories of Marissa, so she's more indoctrinated into their cult and like transfers all the love for Marissa and Nyjah to the cult, and then they hit her, obviously, because she has that injury when she wakes up. I love symbolism. I mean, very heavy. It's not even subtext. Like, literally, the detective says it. Stuffs herself with junk food when committing gruesome acts of murder. And I think it's like stuffing yourself with this toxicity. And then the only time that there is some positive in her life is when she sees Nyjah. This is a baked good and it has some fruit on there, but this is just straight up fruit. It's supposed to show that juxtaposition, and for the first time ever we see her eat fruit, which is sexualized. I don't know, and that's why she's eating the healthy thing for the first time. And so because of that dreamlike sequence, clearly she has delusions. So at the very end I was like, why is Nyjah letting Dre sing? And I was like, that would never happen. So all of this, I think, maybe even beforehand, maybe Dre doesn't even get inside and they're just like dreaming all of this. I don't think any of it happens. A huge star wouldn't bring a random stranger into their limo and like hug them. That's absurd. Especially it being the face of her sister, Marissa, who died. It's clearly this like long trauma response, and Dre is desperately searching to fill this hole in their heart. Dre starts off being more juvenile, like she feels very, very young, and like the wig is a bit more frumpy, and then slowly getting into her sexuality. I liked seeing that progress of the wardrobe, hair, and makeup. Really told a story. I don't know anything about fandoms. Is it really that toxic? Like, I know this is hyperbole, but I guess I just was like, okay, it's really intense. I wish it was about anything else besides a fandom. Then I could maybe get behind it more. But I was just like, killing because someone's favorite artist isn't your favorite artist. It was just kind of left at the end like, okay, thank you.